Hey gamers, Kabi here again. So I made a video on Ground Branch and Ready or Not. I talked about a lot of bugs like this war correspondent bug where you don't have a gun, but if you look to your right, you can see your eyeballs. You can never do that in real life. That's really what I was looking for in Ground Branch. Thank you very much, devs. What I want to talk about is not really a bug as much as it is a symptom of the genre of shooter that they are. And if you've played these games, you've definitely experienced these before. Now, I would say the first time I ran into this was actually Hotline Miami. And before you're like, Kabi, that's not a fucking tactical shooter. How can you even compare it? It's not even first person. Hear me out, okay? First of all, it is a shooter. It's a top-down shooter, but it's a shooter. And there are tactics. For example, when you see one of these big black dudes, you can't just shoot them and run into them like a white dude, apparently. You have to shoot them and then run away. That's a tactic. And like I said, it's a shooter, so it's a tactical shooter. Basically the same as Ready or Not or Ground Branch. The problem is that you have to go in and clear every room, every little corridor, backtracking, looking for that one guy who was hiding behind a table or under a bed or something in order to complete the level. This last guy usually takes up probably 40% of the gameplay loop of a lot of these levels, especially the indoor ones. Yes, it's kind of tense clearing the last guy out the first couple times you try this, but after a while, it's just tedious and agonizing, especially if you're dead and you're waiting for some asshole teammate to clear the level for you. Trying to go through this part where you're looking at every corner, every nook and cranny of the map is just not fun. Ready or Not especially suffers from this because it's not just people that you have to find. It's sometimes you missed a piece of evidence, which is usually just the guy's gun that he dropped. Because this is a danger to society, you as a police officer have to bag and tag it, which I really doubt that SWAT teams are actually doing, at least while they're clearing the house. I think that usually there's probably something like a cleanup crew that goes in and collects all this evidence and draws the chalk. Is it really the SWAT guy that has to carry all these paper bags with him so he can put the guns into? And he has to do that while also being forced to rescue these hostages and defuse the bomb and save the world. Like, come on, can't someone else take care of that? But it's not fun at all, especially when you have to just walk around the level looking for a piece of evidence. But Kabi, how do you fix this problem? Aren't you just being a pedantic asshole because you bought this game about killing terrorists and you don't want to kill all the terrorists in the level? Are you not just a lazy bastard? The truth is, first, yes, I am a lazy bastard, but number two, I also don't want to waste time. And I think there's a simple change that could save a lot of time here. What if instead of me coming to them, they came to me? Wow. And no, I'm not saying in the beginning of the level, all the enemies should bum rush you so you can finish it in 5 seconds. But if there's 3 or 4 guys left, it makes a lot of sense that they would try to group together and take you out together instead of just baiting each other and letting each other die. What is Ahmed doing this whole time? Was he just in there lifting weights, thinking about his fast cars and his fast life? No, that just doesn't make sense. It would make more sense for these terrorists as soon as they hear gunshots and know that all their friends are dying. If they're gonna go out and not surrender or run away, they should at least try to group up and maybe do something together, like rushing the team, which would tactically make sense. Yes, I do know that some scared asshole might just hide in the corner or closet the entire 40 minutes that all his buddies are being taken out and then whip out his gun and try to shoot the 5-man SWAT team all by himself. And yes, of course, make this an option for people who would prefer the original gameplay. But I feel like this would make the game more exciting, but make sense also from an immersive standpoint as well. It would just create these interesting moments the player can lose, but at least it'll be exciting. It'll be gameplay. It won't be just walking around. It'll be a shooter. It won't be a walking simulator. That's all I have for this video. Just a quick idea on how you can make the ends of these rounds and matches a lot more engaging. Let me know what you think about this idea. I think I should be promoted to the lead game designer of every game ever.